Well, as you can see, I'm out in the woods today, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's raining pretty heavy. I have a tarp set up. I'm at a new location for me. It's within Toronto, closer to the lake today. I'm not too far away from the Humber treatment, water sewage treatment plant. It's a wooded area from the trail that is before the Humber River drains into the lake. So today I want to touch on a group of people you may or may not be aware of, and that group of people is ANTIFA or ANTIFA, however you want to call it. I call it ANTIFA. This rolls off my tongue a little better. Now, for people that are unaware of who ANTIFA or ANTIFA is, they are an organized group, and to a very high degree, they are payrolled and allowed to organize through the Liberal movement in Canada. It's the Liberal Party of Canada, and through backdoor channels, and clandestine ways of getting them paid, ways of organizing them, ways of supplying them with equipment, gear, and food, housing, safe houses, homeless encampments. A lot of homeless encampments within Toronto, and there's lots of them. I have a homeless encampment like 150 feet away from me right now, to be honest with you. I just did another video about something else, but yeah. From me leaving my house this morning to getting here today, I've seen 5 or 6 homeless encampments. So I'm under no guise that a lot of these people in the homeless encampments are members of ANTIFA. It is a street level, at times violent organization. They have intimidation tactics that they employ. They have a network of places they can hide out. They have a network at all levels of policing and the judicial system to keep them out of jail, to keep them from if they do get arrested, it's in front of cameras and they are let go when the cameras aren't rolling. So they are a very important tool to cause destabilization within Western democracies. And this goes back to the Cloward-Piven strategy as well. Whereas you bring in, for lack of a better term, they are guerrilla soldiers. They have street level tactics, whereas they throw liquids on you. What's in these liquids? I would imagine it's not the best substance that they are spraying on people. They set fires to cars. They set fire to scooters. They steal scooters. They slash tires. They throw Molotov cocktails through windows. And you know, if you see it in Portland, you see it in Seattle. You've seen it here at the G20 in Toronto, where they went downtown years ago and set cop cars on fire. Chicago, all the big Democratic-run states, cities, I should say, and states, whatever, and all the Liberal-run cities in Canada, and most cities in Canada are Liberal. The country is extremely liberal, left-leaning. This country, and people know that. I don't have to get too much into that. But what I'm specifically going to talk about is the Canada First rally that occurred this past Saturday. I know I've already beaten this horse pretty good, but there was a video of that I've seen yesterday of 2 people that I recognized from the Canada First rally on the right side, which is my side. They were walking back to their car. They were walking back to public transit, the Uber, their bike. I don't know. But they were being followed and harassed by what would appear to be 4 females. Now, I don't want to misgender them, but they were, from head to toe, they were covered up with their, I call mine a shamag, but they call it a kahifa, I believe. They were covered up like this, wearing, almost looks like ski goggles they were wearing, and the long baggy clothes, and they were, I would say, between 5 feet tall and maybe 5'6" or 5'7". They were all out of shape. They looked like bowling pins. They, from outward appearances, if they were women, it wouldn't be a woman that I was remotely attracted to. And I would imagine underneath their head coverings, they had the poison dart frog hairdo with 15 different colors in it. I'm thinking it's safe to assume that. So these 2 guys from the Canada First rally were walking, and they were trying to keep their distance from these 4. And I'm going to call them women because I'm thinking they're women, but who knows? It doesn't matter anyways. I'm going to get into that. So the women were pestering them, and they were saying slanderous things to them. They were saying sexual things to them, like just disgusting talk. Really, it was disgusting. So the two guys, they were, I don't know, they were in their 40s. One was in their 40s. I think the other one was maybe late 20s, early 30s, right? And they did their best not to get too inflammatory with them, but they were being harassed. So here's my thoughts on this. Small women, but they were out of shape. They were overweight. I couldn't see their face, obviously, so I can't comment on their appearance there, unfortunately. But I'm assuming they're not going to look like someone I'd be attracted to. Sorry to say that again, but so now we all know in the news that women are capable of killing you. They are capable of taking an edge weapon to you. They are capable of using one of these. They are capable of violence. Now, if it was determined that it was 4 men following these 2 men, it was determined that. Now, would it have been justified to turn around and confront the 4 men in a physical nature? I'm gonna get into this in a second. Now, from what I've seen on this video, there was no physical contact. I would say the girls never got more than 6 to 8 feet, I think, to these 2 guys. So, but okay, so I was down there, same scenario. I was down there, and I was with my friend as well. And we walked back, and we took public transit back to where we lived. So I haven't talked to my friend about this. I don't know if he's even seen this video I'm talking about, but I think we would have handled it differently. Now, I always have a camera on me because I do what I'm doing today, and whenever I ride my bike, I put multiple cameras on it. And that day down at the rally, I had multiple cameras with me, including a GoPro and a chest-mounted phone. So I don't know if you hear the cops behind me. So these four girls were intimidating these 2 guys, but now these 2 guys didn't want anything to do with them. So the way I think I would have handled it, I would have used my words. Number 1 to start. Now, would I have been slanderous towards their appearance? Yeah, probably. I probably would have been. But I would have also told them. I would have also made very clear to them that they're being video and audio recorded. That's number 1. Because I think I don't know who was even videotaping this or videoing this. I don't know who was doing it. I think it was an independent videographer, I think. I don't think it wasn't those 2 guys. And maybe it was a person from their group. Maybe there was a 5th person. I don't know. Regardless, it doesn't matter. So I would have said, okay, don't get any closer to me. 6 feet is going to be the very closest you're going to get to me. Number 1. Number 2, if you come, I'm gonna forewarn you. If you come to a space where I feel threatened, I'm going to act in a preemptive manner, which means I'm going to preemptively nullify the threat. So which means, in layman's terms, I'm going to attack you before you attack me, and I'm going to nullify the threat. That's what I'm going to tell them. I'm going to tell them that I have been in many street situations where violence has occurred, many, countless, and I don't want another one to happen today. I'm fearful for my own safety, and I'm also fearful for your safety. So if you could please stop following me, I would appreciate that for both our safeties. Now, they're going to go on and say, are you threatening me? Okay? They're going to say that, of course. And I'm going to say, no, I'm not threatening you. I'm going to warn you that there could be potential violence and injury could result from my actions based on you pursuing me, because that's what you're doing. I just want to go home. I want to get to my car. I want to get to however I'm getting home. So that's how, and you have to have this on video. You have to have video documentation of this. Because if you don't, it didn't happen that way. It'll happen that way that a guy my size attacked 4 innocent women that were just walking by minding their own business. That's how it'll come across. Why? Okay, the first thing that happens in all these videos that you watch, especially with Charlie Veach. Charlie Veach has been attacked by women over in the UK, and he's known for a straight kick, which is good. It's a good defense. You keep them at distance. You straight kick the person. You launch them flying. It's a good tactic. But the first thing a woman says once they get once a man puts hands on them or a foot or whatever, they say, well, you're hitting a woman. Then you got the white knights all around saying, well, you're hitting a woman. But what they don't understand is these women are part of a violent organization that Donald Trump even, and I know you hate Donald Trump, Orange Man bad, I get all that, but they're part of an organization that has been deemed a terroristic organization. I'm very well educated on Antifa and ANTIFA. I read books. I follow it. I know exactly what their tactics are. I know exactly what their end goal is. So I know that their end goal is they want bodily harm on me. So why am I going to allow that to happen when I'm capable of nullifying that? Why? Why wait for it? Why wait to get an edged weapon put in me? That in a spot where it can't be successfully operated on, or you bleed out. Why would I want that? Why wouldn't I just take care of the problem before it gets to that point? So, people, I understand that the laws and the judicial infrastructure is geared against people that look like me. I understand that. And there's a reason why that's been done. It's been done to allow people like these 4 girls to follow 2 guys and harass them. And to do worse. A lot of times they throw rocks. A lot of times they throw hunks of brick. A lot of times they throw noxious substances on people. They pepper spray people. They throw paint on you. They throw milk on you, yogurt, eggs. I'm going to tell you, if that ever happens to me, and let's involve the police here, because I will never involve the police. I will never, ever, for any reason, ever in my life, call the police, ever. I never have in my life to this point. I'm 56. I've never called the police for any reason in my life. So I don't want to involve the police. But if the police are there and they witness it, I will let the police deal with it, because I know if I were to, nullify the threat from these 4 women, like these 2 guys, they didn't, but under this same circumstance, I know I'd be charged probably with a hate crime. I know I'd be charged with definitely assault. Obviously, if I lay a hand, if I touch someone, that's assault. I understand that, but the way things are, the way the system has been set up, it's allowing people to think they can do what they did to these 2 guys. And I'm here to tell you, that's not the way it's going to go down in my world. And that's not the way it's going to go down in a lot of people's worlds. Because a lot of people are starting to wake up, and they're starting to really, really get upset with the way our liberal government has facilitated this. You have Fred Hahn, the president of CUPE, down at the Canada First rally on the Antifa side. And that's what it is. It's Antifa. And, he wears those goofy clown glasses that he wears. He looks like a cartoon character, which I've said in one of my videos. The guy looks like an absolute ridiculous clown. His XX and XY chromosomes are having a fist fight in his head because they don't know which way to lean. The guy's he's a weirdo. Okay, why is the head of one of the largest public sector unions? Why is he down there? And he was even caught on a videographer grabbing, aggressively grabbing someone's selfie stick or a camera. This guy, okay. The reason this is allowed, or it's because, no, sorry, not the reason it's allowed. Well, it is. It's because he's part of the system. He's part of the liberal system that wants to bring chaos to the streets of Toronto to collapse the infrastructures. They don't want people like me roaming around the bushes, learning how to do shit. They don't like people like me. They want people living in their 15-minute cities, waiting for their Ontario Works check, that's welfare, to come in, and just relying on the government for everything. What color is the sky? Well, I got to ask the government. Well, it's blue. What color? You get what I'm saying. I am not anti-government. I am just for a lot less government. I don't need someone telling me what to do whatsoever. I can figure shit out on my own. I haven't been programmed that way. So, anyhow, be very aware of what these left-wing organizations are capable of, okay? If you're not aware of it, research it, look into Antifa and look into ANTIFA and their tactics. Get educated on it, because they are a dangerous organization. They're very dangerous, and they are meaning to do people like me and you harm. Just be aware of that. You got any questions, comments, concerns, or you got further information you want to add, leave it in the comment section and I'll get back to you. It's a nice rainy day in the woods today. Thanks for watching.